Hey everybody, my name is David Wolf,
And I'm also David Wolf.
and I want to wish you a very happy new year.
Yeah, it's Happy New Year 2020.
So in this video, we're going to talk about what is a better thing to fly, whether it's a trike.
Or a foot launching unit.
We'll talk about the foot launching in a second, that's not as important. But here's the thing, it's 2020. Everybody wants 2020 vision. What is your vision for this year? In other words, what's your goals? Are you going to learn to fly this year?
Or maybe fly
Or
better.
maybe you're going to learn to fly a new motor.
Or maybe a new wing.
Right. So whatever it is, it doesn't really matter because you're going to be up in the air. You're going to be flying. You're going to be experiencing all this beautiful world that we live in and everything that God's created us. That's the most important thing. But it is important to remember that trike flying is probably better.
No, foot launching is definitely better.
Well, you're going to have to convince me why foot launching is better. But let's start with the very obvious. Triking is sexy. I mean, even Rick Davies will tell you that triking is sexy.
Rick Davies, you'll find in a all-you-can-eat food buffet.
That might be true. All right, let's talk about takeoff and landing. You're landing and you're taking off on wheels. See, I don't have to worry about if the grass is wet or if I'm going to slip and fall and break my props. I've got wheels to keep me steady. I don't have to worry about any of that.
Well, boots, first of all, will help you from slipping and sliding. Plus, you can't take off from a beach or from snow in a trike.
If I am launching from the beach, I could use beach tires. But you're right. I do remember a time where my buddies were up flying in the snow, covered ground, and I was stuck there watching them because I was on a trike and I couldn't roll out and land in the snow. So you do have me on that one there. But you know what? Let's talk about launching and nil wins. I watch you foot launchers all the time trying to have successful launches in nil wins, and it seems like you guys struggle with that, where I can launch in a nil win because I'm creating my own win with my thrusts. So I get my wing laid out and I take off and off I go in that nil win.
No, it just takes a little bit of practice. You can launch in a nil win, but heavier, higher winds, we have the advantage as opposed to you. You guys, trike flyers, struggle in higher
Maybe
wind.
so, but you know what is nice too is when I take off, if the wind is coming from the opposite direction or I need to go out to the field, I don't have to carry all that heavy weight on my back. I just sit down in my nice trike, I start up my motor, I throw my stuff sack on top of my lap, and I can go to the far end of the field and set up there. I don't have to walk this heavy stuff out there.
Okay, Lazy, listen, it's not that heavy. It depends on what unit you have. My Maverick Atom 80 is only 34 pounds dry. It's not that heavy to get out there. Plus, once you launch, all that weight is taken off of you. You're up in the air.
Well,
it's
one of the nice things about landing with a trike is that I don't have to land directly into the wind like you do. I can land with the wind at my back. I don't have to be facing into the wind. Any direction. When I'm on a trike, I can land in that direction.
But we don't have to worry about rolling out like you do. We can land in smaller areas, unlike a trike.
You know, one thing else I do really like about my trike is that I have the convenience of having side saddle bags on my trike. So I can put my stuff sack in the side saddle bag. I can put a phone. I can put a camera. I can mount my phone and have all of my Skyfly High or my PPG GPS right there in front of me. I can also keep a water bottle or food, anything I want in those side saddle bags.
We can have all that too. We don't need these big bulky bags. We've got a little bag on the side mount. We also can put a bag around our waist. We can take care of that. You see all these people with their cameras out there on foot launching units. It's not a big deal.
You know, a lot of people call me up and they say, hey, David, I'm a little bit heavier. I'm not as slender and lean and good looking as you. Maybe not the good looking part, but they'll say, can I do a foot launching unit? Well, the fact is anybody, doesn't matter your age or your weight or your shape or your size, anybody can do a trike.
Have you seen some of the guys with Resurgence PPG? These guys that are missing legs. They can do it, you can do it.
Yeah, some of those guys that have gone through Resurgence PPG with, leg amputees, man, they are definitely impressive to watch. So I guess anybody could do either one, technically. That's true. Like I said earlier, it doesn't matter what you're flying as long as you are flying.
That's right.
Make sure you talk to your instructor. They'll give you good advice. Talk to people that have been flying. They will give you good advice as well.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. Anything you fly, as long as you're flying.
Well, I think that's all I have.
Yeah, I'm pretty good too.
So remember, stay safe.
But be crazy.
We're out.